So, hello, welcome to a very disorganised issue 104 today. So welcome to the Partwork show. I have my co-host with me as always. Is he ready? He doesn't look ready.
Oh, God, I completely forgot.
Ready to surprise him. Horlicks!
Hello.
Oh, I just removed you accidentally. That was a really quick change of camera.
Oh, yeah, I was showing Penny something earlier and I forgot it was still on the stream cam. Hello, welcome to the show.
I'm guessing you're going to want to know the kebab story. So basically, as you know, I should look at my semi-cleared room. Fantastic. So I've been moving house today. I'm absolutely exhausted. I ordered a kebab to eat before the stream, and it was due to be delivered at 7:20. Lovely, plenty of time. There's an accident outside the house. Terrible accident. I'm not like, but I think a bike rider's come off his bike, slid under a car, and there's ambulance and stuff. And I went out and said, blocked off part of the road, and I said to the policewoman out there, I said, "Oh, I've got a delivery coming." She went, "Yeah, you'll be able to deliver it, no problems." Kebab came at 10 minutes to 8, and I said to the kebab, I said, "Well, what's happened?" He goes, I said, "It was due half an hour." He goes, "Well, there was an accident." I said, "But it didn't affect how long it takes to cook the kebab, does it?" So, so apparently now an accident 3 miles away makes a kebab 30 minutes longer to cook. So, right. So we are going to do issue 104. I'm going to warn you, I'm not as organised as I would like to be. Everything has been going absolutely perfect with all the planning until this morning. Things went wrong. My mattress wasn't picked up by. Apparently now a taxi driver can't pick a mattress up because of COVID. But thankfully my friend has helped me out, and he's not just lending me a car today, he's lending me a car tomorrow as well. So everything's going really well. So shall we catch up on 4 hours worth of comments?
Yeah, let's do that.
Right. So Gold Star Peter Whitlock, good evening, everyone. What time that was 28 minutes past, so I'm going to take the top off. It was cold earlier on, so I put the heating on, and now the heating's kicked in. It's really hot. So I'm just going to stand to one side just in case I accidentally lift my t-shirt up. You know, it's like you pull your jumper off and it pulls your t-shirt up as well.
Yeah, that was still home.
Right, so Build with Adrian says, good evening, everyone. Andy M says, evening, Dream Team. Thank you very much. Looking forward to the build.
Hi, Andy.
Mark's Mods, evening, everybody. Evening, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
P40F20, hi all, ready for more.
Hey, P40.
Sorry, I'm a little bit wizzy. I do apologise. David Bassett, good evening to you all. For once I'm early. You are.
Hi, David.
And then he says, hi, Mark and Adrian. Hello to Penny and Horlicks too. Dave Mack. Hello, Dave Mack. Good evening all, he says. And then we have all the hi. Everyone saying hi to everyone. Adrian says, hi, P40. Hi, David Bassett. Hi, Dave Mack. Dave Mack says, hi, Adrian. Dave Bass says, good evening, or is it afternoon, P40? Mark says, he's a little bit of a blanker there. Hi to everyone. Covers it all then, doesn't it? Hi all from Love Minis. And then Build Reagent says, hi, Love Minis. Then I says about me comment, about me kebab. Curtis Graham. Hello, Curtis Graham. Hello, everyone. Hope your evening is going well. Users are doing a good job. So thank you for that. P40. Hi, Adrian David. Mike Tedstone says, hi, Penny. That's no good. You should at least get one for everyone here. Listen, if it takes them half an hour extra, it takes over an hour to get it to me. How long is it going to take to get to you guys? I think it will be mouldy and horrible.
God,
P40 F20 afternoon for me. Mark's Mods, good luck for the build tonight, Penny. But you have the fabulous Horlicks helping you. That's why I have Horlicks helping me, because he is fabulous.
Thank you.
Chris Davis World says, hi, Dave Mac. Love Minis. I have time for ice cream. I do like ice cream. I've also bought, you have to make a minimum order on the kebab. So I bought a bottle of non-advertising product placement, blue labeled cola, and I bought myself a rum bar, but it looks like fake cream. So we'll see how that one turns out. Dave Mack says, hi, Chris Davis World. Chris Davis World says, you okay, Dave Mack? Dave Mack, yep, all good, mate. And you? Chris Davis says, good, thanks, Dave Mack. I'm trying to find you to sub to you. Dave Mack says, I'm about on here somewhere. Yeah, Dave's got a good little channel, actually. I really do enjoy that. Really, when you can like really get into someone's room and watch them. Who was it who did a bit of a studio tour this week? And I absolutely loved it. And so I left a comment. I said, nice video. I really love snooting around people's rooms. So I'm the kind of person I like what was that program with Lloyd Grossman?
Through the keyhole.
Through the keyhole, yeah. I just want to snoot around people's houses.
Yeah, I used to like that.
Christopher says, if you comment on a video of mine, then I can then click on you to sub. Dave Mack, okay, no worries, and will do. No problems, no problems. You see my logo, or even go to Chris Campling Live. There's a link to my channel. How's everyone this evening? I've subbed to your channel. Thanks, mate. Really appreciate it. Trying to gain 100 subs or more by my 30th. Dave's Hobbies. Hello, Dave's Hobbies. Hello, friends, he says, and thumbs up.
Hello.
That's his catchphrase. We should make him a logo and it will have a thumbs up, because he does a rather good thumbs up, doesn't he? Is our Dave. So hi, Dave. You okay? Now, Dave is actually in off camera, and so I can see his little screen. You guys can't, but he just went. So, Geordie Dave says, hi, everyone. Steve Hyson, good evening, everyone. Chris Taylor's a hi. So it's all a hi, everyone's. Build with Adrian. Hi, Mike. Hi, everyone. Hi, Mike. Yorkshire Crafter. Lovely stream this afternoon. Really enjoyed the little bits that I watched of that. And I've just lost all of the area. We've got so much chat, Horlicks.
Brilliant.
Cheers. Chris Davis, well, hi, Julie. P40 says the dynamic duo has arrived. I feel like Batman and Robin now. Which one is you, Horlicks? Batman or Robin?
I think I'll be Batman.
Batman?
No, you're Batman.
Are you a bit more of a grey tights than brown tights?
No, you're the Batman because you're the main person.
You are. Flattery like that will get you everywhere. Geordie Dave says, hi, Chris. Mark Small says, hi, Mike Tedstone. So is you okay, Geordie Dave? P40, no plan survives its execution. This is actually very true. Although the better you plan something, the smoother it will still end up, as opposed to no planning at all. Peter Whitlock says it's not Murphy's Law, it's Penny's Law. Well, let's be fair. If there was no technical difficulties in one of our shows, I think everyone would be worried, wouldn't they? Mike Tedson says, hi, Mark Smarts. We're nearly getting to the end, look. Chris Davis, hi, Mike. It's Ted Stone. Chris, it's Ted Stone. Mike Tedstone. Okay, what am I doing wrong? Build with Adrian and Mark's mods have typed my name in and it comes up in orange. When I try that, it comes out normal. Right. If you want to quote someone, type the symbol and, as in, sorry, not and, at, as in email at, and then type their name, and then it will highlight to them in orange, but you won't see the orange. You will only see the orange if someone's typed it aimed at you, if that makes sense. So Bill Lane, hi Yorkshire Crafter, Geordie Dave, hi Dave Bassett, and Chris Davis says, hi Mike Tedstone, you need to put the at symbol at the too many A's, at, and I'll try that one more time, at the username. There we go. Build with Adrian, hi Mark's mods, Danielle Boudreau, good evening you all, beautiful peeps. So hi Mark's mods, right. What do everyone think of my new logo? Well, we'd have to say it's brilliant because it's made by a very good friend of ours, wasn't it? Dave Say. Dave Say. It shocked me. I didn't know Dave could do graphics like that, and I thought that was really, really good. And it was so big as well, wasn't it? You're buzzing away there, aren't you?
Yeah.
Are you a bit popular today? Are you a bit popular today?
Yeah. No, I'm just because my housemate, obviously I work with him. He had a day off today.
Right.
So I'm just, normally we've been going in really early this week. I'm shattered, but we've caught up with work, so we don't have to go in early tomorrow. So I was just informing him because he wasn't in work today, and he's just replying
something along the lines of woohoo. Right, Steve Hyson says hi, Chris Davis and Alex Demetrius. Good evening, Penny and Horlicks. Looking forward to tonight's build. So am I if I can get to the end of the chat. Danielle Boudreau, is that clap?
Hi Danielle.
So hi Alex from Chris Davis World. How are you, Steve Hyson? Says Chris Davis World. I did that, but still white. Yeah, so it will still look white to you, Mike, but when someone does it at you, it will highlight it. It's just a way of like, oh, oi, I'm talking to you. Andy M, love your tree, Horlicks.
Oh, thanks. Do you know what? I think I said this last time, I was not going to bother with a tree because I'm just not into Christmas anymore. I've had too much bad stuff happen. But I don't even see, just on there where my finger is, there's a little decoration. And I found that the other day, and it's actually a picture of my mum. And it's got a nice little like saying on it, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to have to get a tree just to put that on.
Fair enough. What's the saying? Right, that's it. I'm calling Santa.
No, it says, because of you, I believe in angels, and then it says mum, and then it's got a picture of my mum on it. Someone had it specially made for me for as a tree decoration.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Yeah, it's lovely. So I thought, you know what? I felt really bad not having a tree to put that on. So that's the only reason I've got one.
Oh, you make me want to put a tree up now. I'm still not going to, but
that's a real one, so I can just lob it in the garden when it's done because I haven't got space to be storing a tree.
Fair enough. Right, Mike Testo, unless I see it as white and you see it as orange. Exactly. You'll see it as white and I'll see it as orange.
Hi, Mike.
Not bad at all, Chris Davis. Danielle says, hi, Julie. Mike says, Penny, thank you. I understand now. And I've just lost the chat again. There it is. Chris Davis says, you got it right with me, Mike Tedstone. You have to use a PC for that to work properly. I thought you could do it on mobile, but I might be wrong. I hardly ever comment on mobile.
Actually, yeah, it doesn't work on my iPad for some reason.
It's iPhone, you see, isn't it? It's Microsoft. Apple, I mean. People don't like apples. It's just their way of telling people.
Well, it doesn't do it on my Samsung either.
Okay.
So you can't use that excuse, Penny, I'm afraid.
Penny's pit stop was a kebab tasty. Yes, it was. Mainly because they gave me a piece of lemon. I absolutely love lemon on salad. I just think salad's a bit boring without lemon.
Yeah, it's nice.
Plus, obviously, the garlic mayonnaise helped as well. Big, may swim it in it. Chris Davis, yes, Dave, say maybe my logo, which I can't thank him enough for his help, and I really appreciate it. Like to some thank you, Chris Davis World. Hi, Danielle Boudreau. No problems, Mike Tedstone. At this rate, the whole show will be reading chat. Yeah, it's looking that way. So I'm gonna skip anyway. If you're just saying hi to people, I apologize. I'm gonna skip because it's yeah. You see how it's going, can't you? Horlicks, you might need a tree house next. Danielle says, beautiful tree. Sorry I missed you. Lots of love hearts from Danielle Boudreau. And David Bassett says, that's a real reason to decorate a tree. You've got more room now, Penny, to move about. I have, but I'm moving. You want to see it's all. I cannot believe how much I got in. My first carload. These are the boxes I bought. I got 24 of these in the first carload, and I've got them really piled up high. And I'm doing like a little video diary on the mobile phone. So I got in this morning. I put the bed together. I can't put it together properly because I need a ring spanner, but they sell them at the pound shop. And I've done a little video, and then tomorrow I'll do another video with all my stuff in, and then sort of planning it. And then hopefully once I've done all the desk, everything will look amazing. I'm hoping that it all looks amazing. And then, yeah, so we'll see how it goes. Mike Teston, hi Horlicks, your name's not coming up. Are you are Horlicks, aren't you?
It's because of that the comma after the S. Just put at Horlicks without that.
Yeah. Stuart, I'm not working tonight, so glad to be here. And Chris Davis well says, Penny, you know when you get a minute. I will certainly do that. I'm going to be absolutely honest with you. It will not be tonight. I'm borrowing a friend's car, and because I had a few problems this morning, which I'll try and slip into the conversation while we're building. And he's just been ever so nice. And he says, right, here's what's going to happen. He says, you're going to pick me up from work at 11:30 tonight. You're going to take me home. You're then going to take the car home. You've then got the car all day tomorrow, but pick me up for work tomorrow afternoon and then leave the car at work when you're finished with it, which is absolutely brilliant. So I got 4 car loads done today, starting at 12 and finishing about 5 o'clock. So if I've got all day tomorrow, I can get more done. And I've got rid of most of my stuff. So how big is the car? The car is a Dacia Duster, which is absolutely incredibly large, with the seats folded. It is incredibly. I couldn't believe how many. I was thinking maybe 15, 16 boxes per load. So when I got 24 in, I'm like, wow. And we're just at the end, we're just like, yeah, keep it coming. Come on, is it full yet? No, keep it coming.
And brilliant. Did you get a free can of polish with it?
No. Well, I don't know. It's not my car.
Oh, a duster polish.
Oh, I see what you did there. Good luck with the rest of the move. Hi all, everyone's okay. No problems. Horlicks. Did you get that one, Horlicks, at Horlicks?
Oh no.
No, are you looking at it on Facebook?
No. Oh no, I'm looking at it on.
Not on Facebook. Oh, that reminds me, I forgot to put this out on Facebook. I do apologise, guys.
It might come up. I don't know. Normally it does, but no, it hasn't worked for me. Are you doing it through YouTube? Does it do it on Facebook?
No, you don't get comments on Facebook. Right, so as promised, I have got my solder iron out, but I'm now going to break that promise, and I'm not going to do any soldering. The reason being is that the only reason we're soldering that switch is so that we can actually switch it on and test it. So I just think if we go crack straight in with issue 104, we haven't got to test things, and I can always do it during the week, can't I?
Or the next week's show when you're a bit more settled.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, would you like to do the doodads? This is a issue 104, and I'm liking the look of this because there's a nice big silver bit with B13, which is actually a route that I almost drove at Dartford. There is actually a B13.
Okay. Oh yeah, it could be that. I'm not in the chat. Actually.
And I may possibly have packed mine. Oh, I'm also debuting a new screwdriver today, which I think is actually pretty good. So more about that later. Lost my knife, guys.
That's right. Yeah, I'm not in the chat, but you used to be able to change at the bottom who's commenting, but it's not letting me do that.
No, not the biggest problem in the world. Right. Oh, here it
Right.
is.
So today we're going to be fitting the first roof panel. Woo!
Ooh.
And rain shields.
Ooh.
Now, those rain shields are really complicated because I think they're labelled wrong, if I remember rightly.
Okay. Well, mine's got loads of stickers on them.
Oh.
No, they've actually got numbers printed on them.
F2, isn't it? And F1 or something.
Yeah, F1 and F2s. Right. Okay, sorry. So,
what I've just established is there's a they are different, but very, very minimal. The length is like, I don't even know, like 0.5 mil longer.
Right. Okay.
But I know that the 4 longer ones go at the bottom, but we'll work that when we come to it.
What I'm going to do is, if I can just steal the shop for a minute, because I've had a quick look at the construction, what do you call it, like the list of parts, and I can see that the difference between A and B is that there's 6 of one, 4 of the other.
Yes.
Now, since they've got F1 and F2 written on them, is it therefore safe to assume that if we just separate them by number, whichever one we should have 6 of one and 4 of the other?
Yeah, that's right.
By the power of deduction. So who's going to win the race? I've got 4 F1s and 4 F2s at the moment, and the winner is F2. So F2 is A and F1 is B.
Yes.
Right. So if I gently move those there.
And then obviously that's obvious towards the bus. There's only 4 that are going to go on the lower deck and there's 6 on the upper deck.
Right.
So, yeah, but I think later on the magazine will say F2 and it's wrong. Right.
Okay. But in case it doesn't, I have got a pile of 6 and a pile of 4.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I've also got masking tape. So, for example, if we fitted 2 next week, I can actually put a label on them and call them A and B.
Yeah.
Like you say, it doesn't appear to be any difference.
No, but it's very minimal because when you try and put it on, it will go, but I noticed mine started bowing outwards very slightly. Which
think it's probably about a mil difference.
Yeah, there's hardly anything in it.
Yeah.
But that's cool. So that's 104A and then 104B. So you've got 6 for the upper deck and 4 for the lower deck.
Right, and that is, look at that.
Okay.
Here's that.
104C is the roof panel.
With B13 on it. That is really nice. It's thin, but it's not overly thin. Do you think that sounds like one of those Jamaican steel bands?
Yeah. I'm just going to adjust my...
We could play Welcome to the Caribbean on our London bus. top tip for you guys: don't handle your bus after you've been eating kebab. I'm going to have a hinge and bracket moment. Just give that a quick wipe.
Huh?
Dave Bassett knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You're too young to remember hinge and bracket, aren't you?
Yeah, I think so.
Ever so funny. One of 3 comedians that have made my ribs absolutely in agony. The other 2 is Charlie Chaplin, and the third one is Russell Howard. Right, there you go. That's part C.
Okay. And then we've got 104D, which is a front strip.
I love the way they stick things down with statically charged bits of plastic.
Oh, yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it?
So this is a really thin strip. Doesn't say anything about the A192. Is that actually significant?
It doesn't say it normally says, but they haven't put that on the instruction for some reason. There's only one, so that's okay.
I have to move that up because I'm going to need the room for my bus later on, aren't I? But actually,
okay. And then we've got NM screws, 24.
I would say there's about 24 in there.
Yeah, look at that.
Someone want to hit the pause button and count them?
Okay, and then we've got some BP screws, and there's 45.
So basically, we've got nearly 70 screws today.
Okay.
On to that one.
Okay, then.
Oh, no. We need parts from previous issues, don't we?
The window pane supplied with the previous issue.
Do you know what? I thought I took that drawer out. I was chatting with Adrian during the week, and he says, "Oh, you haven't packed." So I said, I've got all the bits for the Routemaster ready for the show." And he said, "You haven't packed the Routemaster bits, have you?" And I went, "Oh, good point." Oh no. Oh, that was lucky. One drawer I've forgotten. The one drawer with my Routemaster bits. Okay, panic over, guys. So one window from issue 103.
Brilliant. Okay.
Carry on, Maestro.
Have you got the rear wall?
Yes.
Right, brilliant.
Yes.
So, take the window pane, 103E, supplied with the previous issue, which we've just found. Fit it over the window opening in the platform rear wall 63A. Fit it on the outside of the wall with the red rim on the window pane facing outwards. And then fix that in place with 4 DP screws supplied with the previous issue.
Right. So, looking at the magazine, I'm using that as a reference point. So I can see, and you can tell it's got to go on this side because it's got screw holes there, whereas this side doesn't. So this piece wants to go that way with this little tab up.
The red up.
The red up.
Yeah, that's it.
Like that. Okay, so time to debut my new screwdriver. So I have bought, I bought this about a month ago, but it finally arrived this week. This is a screwdriver made by Double Drive. It's called an 8-in-1 precision screwdriver. There's a reason I put a bit of masking tape on, just so you can see it spin. It says 8-in-1, but it doesn't explain how it's 8-in-1. So I've managed to find, really pushing it to the limit, 5. So first of all, it's in this lovely shade of blue, which will go with my desk. That's 1. 2, it's a screwdriver. 3, the screwdriver bits are kept in the butt, which isn't unusual. That's been done before, but here's the bit I really, really like. It doesn't have a rotating end because it's a ratchet screwdriver. And if you use it as a normal screwdriver, you can see that you can ratchet. You can obviously do it the other way. But here's the bit I really like. The fact that it gets stuck. There we go. So if you want to use it as a normal screwdriver, you can, look. Absolutely fine there. But if you've got really precise work, and I don't know if this was actually designed like this, but I've noticed if you just hold it down a bit and you use this collar, you can do, there's hardly any strength in there, but you can screw it like that. And there's absolutely no way you're going to break a screw doing it like that. You just cannot give it enough power. But if it's raw power that you actually need, if you hold that, it then activates. There's some kind of a cog system where no matter which way you turn, it will move that. So forward, back, forward, back, forward, back.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I've seen this as a 3D printed cog. And as it doesn't matter which way you move it, the cog will still move the same way. But you can get some real good power in that. But as I say, if you want to use it as a normal screwdriver, you can. So you don't need that little bit at the end because obviously you're not moving your hand off. And as I say, if you do it that bit, you can get some like really gentle. So I'll have a go at doing this because we're dealing with acrylic. I'll use this. The weird thing is it comes with 9 screwdriver bits. It comes with 4 flathead, if you call them, and then 4 posi heads. But you get size 000, 000, and 1. And then it also comes with another 1. So they've given us 2 screwdriver bits the same size, which I think is a bit odd. But as for the 8-in-1, they haven't really explained how it is an 8-in-1. So I'm going to try that little one today. I've got a feeling it might be too big. And we want DP screws, don't we? Horlicks.
Yes, DP. Sorry,
Okay.
I was just checking the chat.
So I have got a problem now. I think I have actually packed. Oh, I'm a disaster zone now, aren't I? I think I have actually packed my screws.
I can see some screws under the piece of paper in that drawer.
Oh, these are. I sorted all the P screws, and I put them all in my little my purple container. And I hadn't got round to doing the M screws.
Right.
Now you know. Oh no! Ignore that. I thought I'd put Routemasters stuff. So I have this little thing, and it's got all the screws in it. So they're all in there. So there's my DP screws there. Just find it a little bit convenient, and obviously they all go in there. So each of those small boxes contains 4.
You 3D printed that, didn't you?
Yes.
Yes, I need to do that. I need. Have you still got the files?
I could find you the files. These are unmodified files, straight from Thingiverse.
Right.
So, chucking the screws around. You had a bit of a problem with your screws today, didn't you? Just before the stream.
Oh, do you know what? The amount of times that pot has gone over with the screws going everywhere. I've got some new drawers. I was gluing them together pre-stream, and they're all done. They're drying now. and I knocked them, and then all my NM screws went all over the floor yet again. But I found them all, I think. Well, yeah, I used the magnet mat like Adrian suggested and swept it across the floor and it fucked them all up.
Floor. Yeah, that's what I do. Magnet on a string. I can't get better than that method for finding screws. Oh, there you go. So I put one screw in just enough to bite. It would appear that the magnet there is stronger than the screwdriver bit. So that one's in just enough to bite. Oh, Mark's Mod says, "Oh no, we don't get to see the fabulous purple screwdriver." Well, this is the first time I've ever used a screwdriver, so of course I did have to have this one in reserve just in case it all went wrong. In theory, this screwdriver looks amazing. Wasn't cheap, and there's Amazon have this thing where you have to pay an import fee just in case there is an import duty. And you then get it back if there's no import duty. Because I bought something 3 months ago. I just got this random email saying, "You've got a refund." And I'm like, "Thank you very much." So, there we go. Look. So I'm just using this. And there we go. I can't move it anymore. And I wonder why I had no feeling on my thumb. I got a bit of masking tape stuck on it. So, twisting this bit, I think the screwdriver bit's too small, actually. I'm going to have to work out which screwdriver bit to use for which screw. So, just twisting the collar.
I'm just going to get a couple of comments out of the way while you're doing that. So we've got Fleetwood J says the Dacia is a Renault rebadge. Mike Tedstone says I'm on YouTube. Yeah, Adrian was. Adrian then says at Mike, Horlicks could not be in the chat. That's why it's not coming up. And that is, that's exactly what it is. For some reason, I'm not in the chat because I'm not on YouTube. I'm just directly on the stream. So that's why. Mike says, it could be. Mark Mott says you could only do that Horlicks if you're streaming to your channel as well. Yeah, I realised that. It was a bit confusing, but yeah. And then David Bassett, yes, Horlicks, they're shown the wrong way around in the magazine. That's the F2 and the F1. Right. And then John's Model Making says, evening, Penny. Evening all. Hi, John's Model Making.
Hello, John's Model Making.
And then Chris says, hi, John's Model Building. Mark's Mod says, hi, John's Model Making. Build of Adrian says, hi, John's Model Making. A lot of hellos. And then Alex Demetrius says the 6F2 on top and the 4F1 at the lower deck.
Which makes sense, actually, doesn't it? Floor 1, floor 2.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I didn't think of it like that.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought when I saw it, as soon as I saw Alex's comment. So the theory is that while you were reading the comments, I'm getting my bus out because I can see that the next stage we're going to need it. However, because I've taken the old shelf down, I've put this on the table. It's actually been harder to lift than before.
Yeah, I found that.
Well, I can't. With the old shelf, I was accessing it from the side, so you can obviously spread the weight across your two arms easier. Because I've got this on the table, I can only access one end of it, so I'm literally picking the whole bus up from one end. Right. So.
Okay, so we've got
instructions then.
Yeah, just Mark's Mod says, hi, Alex D. And then I'll read some more in a minute. So let's go back to you. So the next part is step 2. So you're going to fit the platform rear wall 63A to the back of the model assembly, tucking the handrail 63D under the rear wall of the upper deck, as indicated by the curved light blue dotted line. Which, if I zoom in, you can see there, and it goes in underneath the handrail there.
Even sliding this base is hard work, isn't it? Right. So
and then it says 2 screw sockets are at the base of the panel, fit into slots in the platform as indicated by the dark blue dotted lines. A screw socket bracket is at the top of the panel, fits beneath the light blue dotted line. Fix the rear wall to the side stair panel 3I with 2 JP screws supplied with the previous issue, fitting them through the raised screw sockets shown. And that sounds a lot more complicated than it is. When you line that up, you'll see exactly where it all fits.
Yeah.
And then a good tip is not yet. No, it's okay.
I'm actually thinking we've often said that the base obviously takes a lot of pressure off the wheels, but I need to get under there.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking what might be easy if I take this off the base, place it onto the table with the back end just hanging. The wheels will be on the table.
Yeah.
Back end will be hanging off the table.
Yeah.
And then I should then be able to access them.
Yeah, that's the advice I got from Dave. And that's exactly what I did, and it worked really well. Obviously be careful, because obviously the bus on my table had a tendency of trying to roll.
Well,
but
I'm in mix. I put a little lip on my table. You can't quite see it, but there's a little lip, and sometimes that's a really bad idea because you can't sweep things off the desk. But other times it's an absolutely fabulous idea because things can't roll off. So, right, okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move the bus onto my bed, and then I'm gonna lift it off the base onto the table. So
just be careful, there's no wires hanging off it anywhere.
We've tidied all those wires up, haven't we, and taped them. And wow, there was a slight creak when I lifted it up, and that worried me. But that chassis has effectively been reinforced, hasn't it?
Mm.
Right. So I know we haven't got to do the back thing this next stage, but let's get this ready for stages. So let me move my camera if I'm able to. So you see how I've got this hanging off the table. Here's my lip, look. So, and it's perfectly safe because I've got the wheels actually on the table. It's just the back platform that's hanging off. And there's another reason to not fix my wires now, because there's another opportunity for them to break again. You can't break what's already broken. Right, so back platform is going to go on like that.
Yeah, so you'll see the pegs at the bottom on the inside. They slot in, and
really
then
hard to see, guys, and I do apologize for that. So on the back stairs, you've got 2 pegs there.
Can you adjust your light, Penny, at all?
No, because my light doesn't stretch over that far, I don't think.
Oh, that's better. No, that's good.
Right, so you've got 2 pegs, one there, one there. Let me just double check it is that peg. Yes. So, and you know, if you were blind, you could find them because you could feel them. They're the 2 pokey out ones. So I'll just blow some dust off. Now that will coincide with these 2 here. Mm-hmm. So we're aiming to line those up. Now, while I'm there, I can see I've got a wire there, and you can see that this little rounded bit there is going to line up there. You can see it's obvious there. There's a screw hole. So if we don't do it at the next stage, we're probably going to do it at some point this issue. But also that sticks up. So you've got to kind of get it in at an angle.
And yeah, but you've got to put the bottom in first.
Okay. Oh, yes. Yes. Sorry, yeah, because you've got 2 pegs at the bottom. So how are we going to do that then?
So yeah, down in there, and then it is a bit fiddly, but it does go.
Right. There's no way that's going. Oh, hang on. Is this...
Or you could go... I suppose you could put the handrail up first, move it up inside, then down.
Ah, yes.
Maybe.
No.
Oh, do you know what? My mind's...
Oh, yes. Right. So put the top in. Let me show you what I just did. Put the top in, because that bit there is delicate. If you put the bottom bit in first, you've got to pull this top deck up, and the top deck won't go. So get the top lined up like that. Then get these lined up, and then you've got more flex in the foot plate. Can you see that I can just pull that down a bit? And that's not going. Why are you not going? Why are you trying to prove me wrong? Right.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky, but it
I think it's easier to put the bottom bit in last. Right. Okay, let's do a heart. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I think that is actually in. Right, let's get the help of the cocktail stick. And then what I'll do is I'll have a poke, and I'll just see if I have actually got that screw lined up. Right, that screw is lined up. No, right, now it's lined up. So, but then the bottom's just popped out. Right, that's still lined up.
okay.
And there we go. So that's just gone, and you can kind of feel, you have a bit of a feel, and this cocktail stick doesn't move, and then all of a sudden it just goes. So I know that's lined up. Oh, it's not. I've just popped out. The position I'm in here, if I push the bottom, the top pops out. If I push the top, the bottom pops out. I think that's why they're asking us to secure the middle first.
Yeah, so obviously you need to line up the handrail from the inside as well to make sure the handrail clicks in.
Right. I also remember a piece of advice from P40 F20 last week. Not relevant to this. Well, it is relevant, but it wasn't about this stage. But he says not to screw all of the screws in until, like, don't do them all tight.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, and that is not connected. That's not going, because that is just on a free form. And I haven't missed your comment, Adrian, I promise. Yeah, that's not in. That isn't in. Right. No. So I can see I've got that totally wrong, because it's not lining up. If I can get the middle lined up, I can then bring the rest in later on. I can't get at this handrail actually. So let's pull it out and start again. But instead of doing it the way we did it, let's look at it from underneath as we put it in. So top bit going in. But as we put the top bit in, let's look at these screw holes. Right. So I know I haven't lined the bottom bit up yet. Oh. Has anyone got 15 hands they can lend me? getting the bottom bit. If you connect the bottom bit first, you can't get the top bit in. Now it's not in. Yeah, of course it's not going in. Right. So, right. That handrail is going to be next to impossible to get in.
I think from memory, the handrail just slides together rather than pushes together. I think there's like a notch cut out of it.
Okay, let's slide it in then. No, there is a notch. I can see that. Right, okay, handrail's connected. Obviously, it's not in at the bottom. Ah, I can see where I've been going wrong. Okay, so I'm wondering if it might be better if I pop the screws in the side bit and get that lined up. And then bring everything else in according to the side. You know what? That's not happening. I can't get these bits. And I have put this back end on before. Because remember when we used to do our speculations?
Mm-hmm.
Right, that definitely fits. It is quite a precise fit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, having said that, there we go. That's in. So that is definitely fitting. So, right. Oh, this is fun, isn't it? Right, that's one side just gone in. Brilliant, that's just snapped in. I meant snap as in clicked, not snapped as in broken. Right, so the handrail is not connected. Now it's, oh, was it connected? See, there's a big gap there, which I know that gap will come together. I think I'm going to worry about that handrail later. Just get those JPs in. Because we're not going to close that back bit up, are we?
No, well, yeah, I mean, step 3 is to put a JP screw in at the top left under that wire.
Right, yes.
That's the first step.
Right.
It says fix the screw socket bracket at the top of the platform, rear wall 63A to the lower deck ceiling 56A with a JP screw. Note the position of the cable.
Right, so, yeah. Oh, that's simple enough then, because what we've got here is, there's your cable, which should be coming out from above, shouldn't it?
Yes.
Now, this is drooped a little bit, but that's not a problem. If we push it up and push, just basically a little bit of pushing and pulling. And then just figure out where that, there it is. So, and there's the screw there, screw hole. So that's another JP, isn't it?
Yes.
Right. So obviously, as soon as I pull that out, it's all going to run back to where it was. But now actually, I've just figured an even easier way. Pull this little back platform out a little bit, pop the screw in like that. And then you can see where the hole is and line it up accordingly. There we go. So P40F20 just said, yeah, for the metal exterior panels, put all the screws in just enough to bite, then tighten them. I'm actually going to use that advice for this back platform. So these 2 JP screws and this one, they're only in enough to bite. It just means that if there's a problem and I have to undo these screws, it'll just make life easier.
Okay. So step 4 then is on the underside of the model, anchor the platform 58A to the screw sockets on the platform rear wall 63A with 2 JP screws. The screw sockets were fitted in place in step 2.
So basically we're going to drive the screws in from underneath. I can't show you this obviously, but there were 2 tabs that we've just spent ages lining up, and on the back platform there and there, and you can feel them actually, they're raised a little bit. We're just going to drive the 2 screws in this particular case, just enough to bite. And there we go, its resistance just increased. Obviously when you're spinning in midair, you've got no resistance, and when you just get a little bit more, that screw is just biting, and that's all I want at the moment. There we go. Right, what's next? Is that the back of the platform? Oh no, we've got one more stage, haven't we?
Yeah, which is the on the inside, using long tweezers, maneuver the handrail 90H to fit into the other handrail 63D.
Right.
So you can go around and tighten all those screws up.
Okay, so repeat back to these 2 in the middle. So this is where it's connecting with the stairs. And that's solid now. This one up here is really just a wire holder, really, isn't it? Don't think that really holds this on that well. These 2, I think, are holding the back platform on the most.
Yeah.
But that's just holding that wire in place. And obviously at some point we're going to drive screws in there.
Yeah.
So there'll still be movement there. And then these underneath. And don't be alarmed that they're JP screws, because although we're screwing on a metal piece, the actual target is a plastic piece. And I'm being really, really careful because some of these holes are threaded. And I've only got 2 screws there, 2 there and 1 there. So thankfully none of them are threaded. So I'm happy with that.
Brilliant.
So
okay, so yeah, the last step is to maneuver with tweezers, maneuver the handrail to fit. Now I didn't use tweezers, I did exactly what you're doing now.
Yeah, 1 hand in the top window, 1 hand in bottom.
And it's sort of, I think it slides in sideways to each other.
Yeah, I saw earlier on, they're going to connect like that.
Yes.
This one is going into this one.
Yeah.
So this one up there is a female and this one's a male. Unfortunately, my bifocal glasses don't seem to be, I don't have the right lenses for looking up a dark stairs lens. I will have to ask them about that. Excuse me, do you do a looking up a dark stairs lens?
What another tip you could do, what I did, is use your torch on your mobile phone.
It's not helpful because I can't get the torch in there. It's all the wrong angles for me. So I'm kind of, a lot of it I'm doing by feel, which is pretty much how I did the handrails on the top and bottom deck. Just keep going until you get it back. Actually, do you know what? My wrist is actually small enough to get my whole hand in the back. So I need one of those dentist mirrors. That would do the job really well.
Yeah.
Oh, that was nearly there. So maybe 1 to 12 scale is the way to go, because you'd never be able to get your hand in the back platform of a 1 to 24 scale bus, would you?
No.
However, doing it this way, I've just noticed a disadvantage. The other handrail, I've just knocked that off. Right. So I cannot change glasses because they're packed up, ready to go. This is a really bad idea, having a stream on moving day, isn't it? Do you think it might be? Oh, that's a shame. That middle pole is screwed at the top, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so I can't even remove that. What a bugger. All I've actually achieved here is to knock another pole off. Oh. Ah. Oh, 1 to 8 scale bus. That'd be really good.
Okay, so while you're just having a little feel around in there, we've got David Bassett says, beautiful front roof panel, don't scratch it.
Yeah.
David says, certainly do, Penny. I've lost track of what that was relating to now.
To do with, do you know, I can't remember either. I'm so sorry. Right, okay.
Build with Adrian says, hi, Alex Demetrius. David Bassett says, lots of screwing tonight, Penny. Chris Davies Wells says, laugh out loud, David. Chris Davies says, Penny, you've probably got enough fuel with all them BP screws. Laugh out loud.
Oh, I get what you did there.
Yeah, Mark Smozzo, we don't get to see the fabulous purple screwdriver. Yeah, Bill Radrian, make sure the hammer is connected, which you're doing now. Bill Radrian says, Penny's pit stop, why don't you ask your Terminator to give you a hand?
He said, no, I'm busy.
Chris Davies Wells, Adrian, I like that. P40F20 says, yes, for the metal exterior panels, but all the screws in, just enough to bite and tighten them down. And P40F20 gives a thumbs up.
Oh, I thought I'd done it there, Horlicks.
Oh. Chris Davies says, you okay, P40F20? P40F20 says, looks like the new screwdriver is working well.
Yes. I mean, I'm still very new to it, so I might be missing a trick somewhere. Sorry, guys, I'm just pulling my hair back because as I'm looking forward, it's all falling in my face, and it's just one extra thing to make the job harder. Right. So I've got a purple hairband because I didn't have purple, but it's kind of a lilac-y, pinky colour hairband, that isn't it? Right.
So P40F20 says, Chris Davies, well, I'm fine. How are you?
I don't think that's going. And the reason being is these panels there's a gap. So I think at some point we're going to put something on which is going to pull all that up. So I'm actually going to go back to that handrail after we've done the back. Because I know I can get my whole hand in there and I can get that connected, but it doesn't hold.
Yeah.
And I think that once that's all pulled in, that will then, because a couple of times I did get it and then it just fell off again. So I'm going to come back to that after we put the back end in, because I'll check that anyway. No wonder I can't see. It's about 3 inches of muck on my glasses.
Actually, thinking about it, I think I had mine popped out again after I did the rear. And I don't think I've managed to get mine back in. So I've sort of put it in a way that you wouldn't tell.
Yeah, the way mine's just popped, it doesn't look bad unless you're actually looking for it. But let me see if I can gently move the camera. It's hard to notice, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I only want to do it, but I only want to do it because I'm too much of a perfectionist. But as you can see, I can get my whole hand in there. But there's a big gap here, which I think will be closed up once, because we haven't got the metal framework on the back yet. And I think that metal framework is going to close that gap up a bit. And it is quite literally about 1 millimeter too wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm going to wait till I put that the back framework on, and I think that's
Yeah, that's fine, Penny. I mean, as I say, mine popped. I got mine on, and then it popped off again when I was working on the back.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And if it doesn't pop back on, we'll find a way to disguise it.
Okay, then. So let's move on then to step 6.
Okay. Hang on, I just need to move my bus around. Beep, 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 beep. Oh no, the new ones go, don't they?
Yeah.
I hate them. Oh. Mind you, I've come to the conclusion that most of the things that I don't like is just where they're not the same anymore.
Right, this is a very exciting step.
Right.
So step 6 is to position the roof panel 104C on the top of the model over the upper deck ceiling frame 96A as shown here.
Right. I'm just trying to see if I can get you a better camera angle. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah. You also get a good shot of my Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy t-shirt. If you don't know, you don't know. Right, so we have got this tinplate, which is going to go onto there. And that's it, isn't it?
Yeah. So
hang on.
Bit of a fiddle.
The fit.
And the sides for me were bowed out until I got them screwed in.
They are a bit, but I can see that this is so thin, it's not going to take a massive amount to manipulate it.
No.
Right, so I can see how this is going to go. Right. So I've got these. In fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the old Steve Owen trick. If I just pop a couple of cocktail sticks in those holes, theoretically, that's not going anywhere, is it? For example, if I now knock it, that's not going anywhere.
Okay.
Okay.
So, next step. This is tricky. This is another step where you need about 15 hands.
Or 5 cocktail sticks.
Yeah. You need to position the front strip 104D around the lower front edge of the roof panel 104C, checking that it's central and the screw holes are aligned. The ends of the strip will be bent around the sides on the roof, but do not bend the strip until it has been fixed in place across the front. See step 8. Okay. And then step 8 is to fix the front strip 104D to the roof panel 104C using 9 red NM screws circled in light blue. Start from the middle and work outwards, bending the ends around to the side of the roof before the last 2 screws.
Right. So I can see that we are going to put the front, these screws are going to go through this strip, through that panel, into the bus.
Yes.
So again, I'm going to use the P40 F20 advice, which is do not fully tighten them up until they're all in.
Yeah.
And because, so is the instructions basically saying that this is going to bend itself around the corner?
No, it's just saying don't bend them until you've got the other ones in place. But Adrian's advice was to do one corner and then bend it round because you've got more leverage on it.
Right. Because what I was thinking was 1, 2, 3. Hang on, let me get the screws out. Right. So I've got my 9 screws. I was thinking if I put the middle one in, then jump 2, and then 2 that side. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Then that one on the end, and then fill that next one in, and then this will be firmly attached, and we can then manipulate that round.
Yeah, I mean it's you
makes sense.
You do however you feel more comfortable to do it.
I may actually need to drive these screws all the way home on this particular piece, but we'll see how it goes. So there's the middle one, and there's the middle of the roof, and if that has not gone home, right, okay, I can see I'm going to have to push the roof panel down a little bit. It's just lifting ever so slightly too high. So yeah, you are right about needing lots of hands. Don't think that's going. So let's take this roof panel off and make sure the screw is actually capable of going in. Which it is. Right. Didn't know if it was paint block or anything. So right, I think this is misshaped actually. Obviously, I'm trying desperately to not bend this because I don't want to crack the paint. But this is one of those pieces that is... Actually, why did I not think of that one before? You can actually lift the back of the panel up. There we go. Lovely. So that's in. So it's actually lifted up at the back. To get that in, I've had to push the back. Once they're all driven home, then I can push the back down a bit. You see how I can push that down?
Yeah.
So if you struggle to get that in, that's, as you can see, look, that's almost driven home. It's not loose, but I'm not considering that fully home. And then I'm going to put this one in. And then I can lift this panel just ever so slightly. It doesn't want a lot. And then you got to find that hole. There we go. It wasn't even nearly there. Right. So that one's in. Then right. So that's starting to bow in the middle there. So I'm going to put those 2 middle ones. I was going to do that right on the end. But I just want to push that strip back in.
Yeah, and there's a little knack to putting the strip on that Steve suggested, which worked really well for me.
What's that?
But we can
I've got a theory of an idea.
Yeah, so basically you start from one end and then put pressure on the strip and then sort of run the strip along, tightening the screw as you go along, and that works really well for me.
Yeah. Ooh. So you talking about, hang on, let me get this in. Right. So what I would do is I would get a cloth, something non-scratchy. Where this last screw is, I'm going to push on the screw, not on the tab, not on the end, right where the screw is. And then I'm going to gently work my finger back, aiming towards that screw hole.
Yeah, and then put this. Yeah, and then I mean, when you tighten them all down, you sort of adopt the same thing, but run your finger towards the loose screws, and it'll flatten the whole strip out as well. Because sometimes you'll get like a bulge.
Yeah. So can you see that I've got a little bit of a what do you call it? A little bit of a bend there, and it's going to take a few attempts to get that bent across, but I think that is now bent. Basically, what the cloth is immaterial, as long as it's a non-scratch cloth. It's just to stop you from scratching it with anything on your finger. Right, glasses off. Okay. So, oh, beautiful. Look at that. That's gone in perfect. What do you think?
Yeah, really good.
You get a close enough view on that?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. So, obviously, for the other side, can you? Oh, that's too far, isn't it? Trouble is, if I move my camera the wrong angle, it kind of flicks between landscape and portrait mode. So there's the stick here. In fact, actually, I've caught it. That's why it sticks out too far forwards. So just this side, this side of the screw with the cloth. It's more of a persuasion than a force. It's like when you do Christmas ribbon and you sort of gently run your scissors along it to get that curl. Is that basically what you meant?
No. Well, no. I was thinking about the whole strip in general, but that is a really good tip. So
yeah, because you're actually using this. It doesn't want to, this screw there. I know you can't see it, but you see where my right finger is.
Yeah.
It won't bend before that because that screw is holding it down. There you go. And I'm really liking that. That is a nice smooth bend with no creases in it. You can't really see it from your angle, but there are no creases at all. And I said to you pre-stream that I wanted to get some rubber gloves. I found some those disposable gloves.
Yeah.
Which you use for mainly for my in our world, it's more for airbrushing. And I found a purple pair, and I really wish if you've got some latex gloves, I would strongly advise you to wear them, because where I'm touching this panel, I'm getting all greasy marks all over it. Oh, Ian's just reminded me about product placement advertising. My apologies. I have right, that will be hidden up. So Mark's Mods has said, check your screws are tight from the roof frame to the side frames. They need to be tight. Horlicks knows. Yeah, I checked them about 4 times, didn't I?
Yeah.
But they are tight. I understand the implications of them not being tight, because the roof will quite literally fall off. Right. So are you happy with that front strip?
Okay, yeah. So yeah, leave them loose for the moment, and then we'll move on to step 9, which is to fix the roof panel 104C in place with 12 mm red screws circled in light blue.
Right. So what I'm just going to quickly do before I change the camera angle, 6. It should be all go one screw, shouldn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, there's two spares. 3 spares. 2 spares. Right. I'll soon find out if I can't count in a minute, won't we? Right. So what I'm going to do then, pretty much the same principle. Can you see all the grease marks on it? I wish I had latex gloves there. So pretty much the same principle. I'm going to screw it from the middle. Do you know what? That I was expecting to lose the paint on a lot of these screws. I know I did in the early days using that Routemaster screw, but maybe it's really just a case of selecting the correct head. There you go. That's lovely. That is in. That's actually enough screw there to hold that roof panel in well.
And
so,
also, when you do come to tighten them, obviously, be so gentle, because I did it and I've chipped the paint on about 2.
Yeah. Well, all of these screws, I'm expecting to have to touch them up. And I am fully prepared for that. And the cost of chipping one screw is going to be the same cost as chipping them all. Oh, this one's a struggle. Right. This one doesn't want to go in. So right, yes. So I think I don't know if we're talking about this stage or another stage, but obviously these 2 screws here, you're driving them in straight down, aren't you? As you come around this bend here, you naturally expect the screw to go in like that, don't you?
Yeah.
But it doesn't. You're still going straight down, which is interesting. So let's put that theory to the test on these 2 screws. So if that is correct, that will go in straight down. And yeah, look, straight down, not as the angle of the roof suggests. Oops, sorry guys. I wish I could lift this camera up a little bit more. So for example, if I don't know, if I had a custom made bed desk with perhaps cameras built into the roof looking down, do you think that might be a good thing?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, so I'm just going through a few more comments while you're screwing them in.
Please do. This is how the bill's going to go for the next few issues, isn't it? Screw, 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 screw.
Yeah, Stuart Sullivan says, very snazzy screwdriver, Penny. Chris Davies Wells says, good thanks, P40F20. Chris Davies says, what about a 1/8 scale bus? Laugh out loud.
That would be great, but I think that would be too big for most people to handle, isn't it?
Yeah. Alex Demetrius, hi Adrian, it was nice to hear from you and hope you're well. Love your camper van build. Mark's Mod says, Penny, why don't you take the back window off? That's a good idea.
Well, we just put the back window on.
Yeah, I think that might help to get access to the rail.
Yeah.
But it's just a suggestion.
While you're doing that as well, now that I've got all the screws in, I'm tightening them up.
Okay. So the ones at the front,
Yeah.
With the what I meant with the suggestion is, with your thumb, start from one side.
Oh, yeah.
And then hold the trim down and sort of push the trim and run your finger along the opposite direction. And then you keep doing that while screwing them up. And then it keeps the beading flat. If that makes sense.
I think that makes a little bit of sense. Yeah. Yeah. Because my beading's not quite flat. So, guys, I think my phone is either I've either got 400 messages come through at once, or I've got a phone call.
Okay.
There's a lot of messages. Do you know what?
David Bassett says, "What about Dr. What's that? Sorry, Dr. Everton Hinge and Dame Hilda Brackett."
Dr. Evand Hinge, and I don't know. Didn't know the names. I just know Hinge and Bracket. I couldn't tell you which one was which. This is the Hinge and Bracket. Oh no!
Was about right.
That was about the Hinge and Bracket comment.
Yeah.
My screws on the front is threaded, but the others are fine.
I think I had that.
Well, it kind of stands to reason because we screw the NM screws in really tight, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
These are very small screws. Right, I've also stripped the pad. This isn't going flush against the top of the bus, but I'm actually really not bothered. I think it still looks beautiful, look. A little bit sticking out. But I'm actually not worried about it. I think that looks fine. This is the... Yeah. This one is the threaded screw. As you can see. So, but that's not going to fall out. So I'm okay with that.
Okay. Ian Campbell says hello all. Love Minnie says hi. At Penny's Pit Stop, you can do it. You have a new screwdriver.
Yeah, love this new screwdriver.
Chris Davies well says hi. Ian Campbell. P40F20 says at Build with Adrian. When are we going to see more of the tank build? Mark's Mod says. Pardon?
Not soon enough.
Mark's Mod says hi. Ian Campbell. Ian Campbell says hi. Penny's Pit Stall as well. Ian says hey at Mark's Mods. P40F20 says Penny, you might want to move your drink bottle.
Yes, I spotted that and I moved it. Sorry guys, I've lost the camera for a bit because my little camera holders decided to do a bit of a spin and it's all over the show.
So Mark's Mod says double check your screws are tight from the roof frame to the side frames. They need to be tight. Horlicks knows. Yep. And so you did check them, didn't you?
Yeah. I can't get this whole top on camera for some reason. So you're just going to have to believe me when I say I'm screwing these up, tightening these screws.
I could make the screen bigger for you. That might help.
No, I can't get the whole thing on view, look. The camera is struggling.
Okay. Ian Campbell says product placement, advertising. Yeah. Chris Davis says Penny fancy taking me a ride on your bus when it's finished.
Well, you're always welcome on my bus. I do the fast track A's and B's out of Gravesend.
Yorkshire Crafter says I will say good night, everyone. Good night, Yorkshire Crafter. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, take care, Yorkshire. Thanks for the stream this afternoon.
Stuart Sullivan says night, Yorkshire Crafter. Chris Davies World, night, Julie. Take care. Mark's Mod says problem is when you start to put the panels on, you start to suffer from what's that? Wipomania,
Yeah.
which is an obsession to wipe the bus. Yeah, I'm like that.
Well, yeah, but you're a BMW owner, aren't you? So you're always gonna have wipe them. Do you have? I worked this out, right? You know when BMWs they have a little green. Where are we? They have a little green arrow that points that way occasionally. Right? Do you know what that green arrow is for?
Were you talking about the indicators?
No, there's a green arrow that flashes on and off, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know what it is, don't you? It's actually pointing at your speedo to tell you you're not gone fast enough. That's the purpose of that green arrow on a BMW.
Yeah. For some people. For me, it tells me I'm indicating.
Yeah. No, I've seen you drive Horlicks, and yeah, I've seen how long it takes you to get from A to B, and yeah, I would say you're not your typical BMW driver. I would say you're more of a typical good driver.
Yeah. It's more of it's just a pleasure to drive. It's not a racing machine.
No.
But you have got power if you need it to get out of trouble.
Yes.
Chris Davies well says, how are you, Stuart? Stuart says, Chris, hi, okay, how are you? Chris Davies, good, thanks, mate. Just bearing onto the strain with everything going on at the moment with the current situation. Builder Adrian says, a P40 F20 in the next tank build might be March. Might not be until March.
Oh, wow.
We got technical director. Hi again. Hi everyone. Thanks for joining us again. John's Model Making says hi, technical director.
Hey, John's Model Making.
Hi. We've got Stuart Sullivan. Understand, mate. What issue you up to on the Routemaster? Have you got electric sorted? Yeah, you decided to do that on the next build, haven't you, Penny?
My wheel things fell off. The dustbin, look.
Oh no!
I know. How bad is that?
They normally come off anyway, don't they?
Wheels on the bus don't go round and round.
Yeah, no. Penny's going to do the soldering on the next show, or off stream.
I'll try and I want to do it on stream because I know that there's people out there that are even worse at soldering than me. I know, hard to believe.
Okay. Stuart Sullivan says, I remember, Chris, you were looking for a spare wire. Oh, sorry. Stuart Sullivan was talking to Chris, I think, about his bus because Chris was looking for a spare wire.
Right.
Technical director says, Chris Davies well says, Stuart still needs to sort it, but at Min doing it. So 1. Harvey's Vintage Audio and Reel to Reel Heaven. Hi, Penny and all. It's me, Harvey, with my Vintage Audio channel.
You ever wonder what his channel might be about?
Yeah.
I don't know if you just ever wondered it.
Couldn't guess.
You know, some people don't have good channel names, and it's just absolutely no idea what the channel's about from the channel name at all. And then there's Harvey's Vintage Audio and Reel to Reel Heaven.
Do you know what though? I think I'd be really interested in that because I don't know about you. As a kid, when I used to have play, obviously when I was a kid. I mean, I don't know about you, Penny. I mean, you might have had different formats, but when I was a kid, it was a cassette tape.
Yes, I remember the old. Do you remember what the big biro was for?
Yeah, to wind the tapes up. But I used to absolutely get mesmerized by watching the reels in the tape machine.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
And sometimes I used to take the front cover off to get a better look. So that reel to reel, the vintage thing, I think that would be brilliant. I'd just be watching it.
Well, interestingly enough, when I was young, this reel-to-reel stuff, I'd be like, oh, that's boring because it's really old. Now I'm like, wow, it's really fascinating because it's really old.
When was the 8-track out in cars?
Oh,
Was it 8-track?
Before my time.
Those massive cartridges you stuck in.
Yeah. I don't know. Someone will tell us. So I know there'll be a couple of people watching this going, yeah, I owned one.
Yeah.
But they were probably the latest technology at the time.
And that was basically that was the same principle, wasn't it? That was just a cassette, but just a different shape.
Yes. But then you remember floppy disks back from like way before we had floppy disks.
Yeah, the old ones.
Oh, used to be able to store an incredible 2 megabytes on it.
1.4 something.
Yeah, 1.44 megabytes.
That's it.
Everyone was like, wow.
Yeah. Now it's nothing, is it?
No.
There's not much you could probably save on one of them these days.
A text file. Or the intro to a song on an MP3.
Yeah. So Stuart Sullivan says, okay, what bit were you missing? Chris Davis says, give me a PM. Sure, Chris. Technical director says that John model making. Chris Davies says, thanks, mate. God, the chat's going mad tonight, isn't it?
Yeah. They love you.
The happy little fox, aka Benji. Hi, guys. Hello. That's a new name. Is that someone?
Oh, do you know what? We have not seen the happy little fox, aka Benji, in ages. Back in the old days, he used to come on every week, didn't he? And say, hello, I remember you, even if Horlicks doesn't. Do you not remember him?
No.
I do.
Was it before I was co-hosting?
Before you were what?
Co-hosting on your channel.
You were co-hosting, but it was in the old days before when I was doing it on the day of release.
Right. Oh, hello. Thanks for coming along. Harvard Vintage Audio and Real to Real Heaven. My God, Benji will be in soon. If you can help him out with a few subs, that would be great. Thanks all. Chris Davies says, hi, Harvey. David Bassett says, he's been to Gravesend United football ground in the past, but that club is now called Ebbsfleet United. Very strange.
Yes, I believe Ebbsfleet merged, or Gravesend merged with Ebbsfleet. Ebbsfleet is practically in Gravesend. It's more Northfleet, but Northfleet's kind of part. It's really confuses the hell out of me.
Right. Harvey's Vintage Audio and Real to Real Heaven says, hi, Chris. Happy Little Fox says, hello, everyone. Chris Davies, are you okay, Harvey? Is this your new channel? Mod says, hi, technical director. Chris Davies says, the Happy Little Fox, how's you? The Happy Little Fox says he's fine. Harvey's Vintage Audio and Real to Real Heaven says, it sure is, Chris. The Happy Little Fox, aka Benji, at Chris Davies World, fine, thanks. Chris Davies World, good. If you don't know, I do YouTube too. Technical director, hi, Mark's Mods. Mark's Mods says, hi, the little happy fox. Mark's Mods, hi, Harvey. Happy Little Fox, hi, Mark. Harvey's Vintage Audio, Myrtle Heaven, cool Horlicks. Yeah, no, it was just something I just get mesmerised by watching tapes go. It's just really strange. Harvey's Vintage Audio, Myrtle Heaven says it was the 70s for the 8-track.
That's why I don't remember.
Harvey's Vintage Audio says also on my channel. 8-track machines on his channel. And then Chris Davies, Happy Little Fox subbed. The Happy Little Fox, Ekage Benji. Okay, thanks, Chris. Harvey's Vintage Audio, great Routemaster kit. Technical Director says hi at Chris Davies World. Chris Davies says hi at Technical Director. Harvey's Vintage Audio says, I just love reel-to-reel tape recorders. Yeah, there is something about them. And Harvey's Vintage Audio says, especially Revox and UHERs. I don't know what that is.
Ultra high something radios. I don't know. I really don't know. I'm not that technically minded on them.
Ultra high electronic radio. I don't. I don't know. I'm just guessing now.
And back.
David Bassett says Northfleet was home to an LCBS garage code NF. Used to get the Green Line route 725 there from Windsor.
Okay, I didn't know Northfleet's ever had a because I know Dartford used to be normal Arriva route, and they went TFL, which is why we've got some of the routes that we've got. Because I did actually say, like, one of the routes I do, I said, why is it not run by Dartford? Surely that would save a lot of dead running time. And I said it used to be, but then they went TFL. So don't know if that's interesting or not.
Harvey's Vintage Audio says I just gave a thumbs up. So thank you very much for that. Chris Davies, well, Harvey, I just checked in subbed to you as I wasn't sure if he was. Stuart Sullivan says, I don't believe it just been called to work. Damn. You've just been called to work.
That's because they were watching our stream as well. So when you said I've got the day off, someone went, yeah, we'll soon see about that.
Stuart Sullivan says, okay, night all. Good night, Stuart. Thank you for joining us tonight. Build with Adrian. Hi, it's Stuart Sullivan. Dave Mack, I'm going to say good night, guys. Another great stream and build. See you on the next one. Yeah, thanks, Dave, for watching. Jolly Dave, great show. Good night, everyone.
Take care, Dave Mack.
Thank you, Geordie Dave. Good night. Harvey's Vintage Audio, no worries, Horlicks. And Chris Davies World, night, Dave Mack. And I did check I'm subbed to you. Stuart Sullivan, thumbs up. Chris Davies World, also penning a thumbs up from me. Harvey's Vintage Audio, night, Dave. And Chris Davies World, Geordie Dave, good night.
Right.
And that's all the chat quiet with for the moment.
Fantastic. Right. I'm going to do a quick change of schedule. There's two reasons why I'm going to do it. While you were catching up on the chat, you probably noticed that I put sorry, I just also had a drink and now I've got hiccups. So I put a towel down and I've laid the bus on the side because what we've got coming next, I think that's going to be easier. Mm-hmm. However, to do the other side is going to prove it. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm going to have a drink. I'm so sorry. Right, that's the hiccups gone. Right, so if I lay it on the other side, you can see I've got the circuit board hanging out. So I'm going to run the risk of that being crushed by the bus. So what I'm going to ask if I can do is if we do stages 10, 11, 12, 10, 11, 12,
mm-hmm.
and 13, and then 14, 15 is exactly the same, but on the other side, which I will do off camera. Because the other reason is that I said I needed to stop by 10. The guy who's lent me the car today, I've got to go and pick him up for 11:30. So I absolutely must not go way over my time streaming.
Okay, yes. That's fine.
So much chat. We've not done much building, but that's fine. That's how the show works here. If it takes us 2 hours to do one stage because we're reading out chat, that's fine. It's your show as well as ours. So, what's next then?
Okay, so step 10 is to take the first lower deck rain shield, 104B, and position it above the first window behind the driver's door on the right-hand side of the model. Ensure the screw holes in part 104B align with those in the frame 101F.
Right, so all we have to do is that.
Yes.
That's it. That is stage complete. No screwing. Just place it and make sure it's lined up. And
Okay.
this has got a nice. I didn't really notice it because I didn't know to look for it. There's a little bit of a recess on this window that we've done earlier. So now looking at the rest of the bus, I can see where more of them are going to go. So yeah, that's it. That's that stage done.
Okay. Then step 11 is to fix the rain shield 104B in place with 2 red BP screws on each side, circled in light blue.
Fantastic. And I'm wondering if I can get away with using that window because I'm using a magnetic screw driver. Could I get away with using the window as a screw pop? Probably really naughty to have done that, wasn't it?
Yeah, I suppose we just got to be careful we don't scratch the...
Yeah, do you think Dave Say's just about to jump onto the stream and tell me off for doing that?
Yeah.
I can see him smiling. Right, got to be careful because if I remember, this window was acrylic.
Yeah, the other thing is I noticed the holes aren't fully drilled out.
They are.
You're sort of making your own thread as you screw that in.
Yeah, okay, that's gone in then. No. Right, let's just move that out of the way a bit. Let's just actually tilt the... so I've sort of tilted the camera about 45-degree angle because then I can still... If you want to get the camera in close, you get a good shot, but then I can't work the screwdriver. So this is a good compromise. So this will be able to test function number 2 of the screwdriver, which is using the collar. So you got this bit as a normal screwdriver. Once it's in a bit, you can then start to use it as a ratchet. But if you just turn the collar, that doesn't work. That's not enough. Right, so I'm not sure if I'm happy with that. There's no wiggle there. But there's plenty of movement in the middle where there is no screw.
Yeah.
But having said that, while it's on display, I'm not going to go up to people and go, oh, look at that. Look how much movement there is there.
Yeah, no.
Yes. Well, no, actually, sometimes, although it's a completely different subject, the number one, what people see as a problem is people point their own mistakes out. Now, if I made a little tiny, let's say I've done a scratch there, right, and then I cover that over with a panel, you will never know there's a mistake been made, would you? Oh, I scratched the inside of the outer panel.
Yeah.
But as soon as I tell you, now you know there's a defect.
Yeah.
And that's the big thing that people do wrong. So, yeah, I'm going to just leave that and not say anything.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so it says take 3 upper deck rain shields, 104A, so 3 of the 6, to fit above the front 3 opening windows on the right-hand side of the upper deck. Ensure the screw holes in the rain shields are aligned with the holes in frames 93E and 95D. fix in place with 2 red BP screws on each side of each rain shield, circled in light blue.
Right, so what I've just done is I've just moved this wire. If you remember, I masking taped these wires, but I put one across there. So I've just moved it so that I can get that in. Whoops, as you can see, I'm using the F2s. I'm glad I thought of that. Floor 1, floor 2. Now that does seem to fit. Are we positioning? Oh, yeah. We're kind of doing it in the order that I want, really, aren't we? I could do them one at a time. I don't know. What would you think would be easier? Do one at a time?
I did, yeah.
So it looks to me like I'm not going to put my screws on there. I've just dropped a screw in the bus. So how many screws you use for this bus? I've now got one extra because it's in between the top and the bottom deck. It'll probably fall out at some point. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. There we go. So, and that is why you have spare screws, so that you can actually drop one between the top floor and the bottom roof and top floor, whatever it is. It's quite quiet today, Horlicks.
Pardon?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm absolutely fine. I'm very tired.
Yeah. I actually have.
I've been doing earlys all week at work, but no, I'm okay.
Yeah, no, that's fine. As long as you are. I've actually had 2 afternoon naps this week, today, sorry. But in my defense, they are the only afternoon naps I've had in the last week where I've been packing. And it is very hard work. Don't mind admitting. These are actually going in like a dream. I think I am catching the paint on the screws, but I've got to be honest with you. You can see the silver bits on the screws, but I don't think they're that so I think I've just done the mistake I said about down there. Would you actually notice those? Oh, sorry.
Probably not.
I'm pushing the camera and it's... Sorry, this stand, if you just move the camera just a bit too much, it kind of falls out of the holder a bit. Right, so that's an extreme close-up of the screw. Yeah, you can notice it, can't you? But that's really close up. The camera's about an inch away from the screw. So, but I'll touch those up with paint. I just knew with that number of screws, you're gonna take the paint off at least one, aren't you?
Yeah. And also I've got the recommended paint.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go over mine.
If you scratch just one screw, you got to buy a whole tin of paint just for one screw.
Yeah.
If you scratch every single screw, it's not going to cost you any more for the paint, is it? Because you've already bought the tin.
Mm-hmm.
So the first screw that you scratch will cost you £4, £3.
I think it was about £5 or £6 I paid for this
Right.
X7.
Is it Tamiya?
Yeah.
What colour was it?
Red X7.
You're joking me, aren't you?
No.
That is a colour that I already own through aircraft paint colour. It's actually a colour that's used on the Tamiya Spitfire.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's the one that Dave recommended was the best match.
Right. Well, actually, I haven't got the... What have you got? The X7?
Yes.
Yeah, I've actually got XF7, which is the matte version, but I can either go out. I mean, I've got gloss varnish, so I could go over them with varnish as well.
This is the one.
Yeah, that's the gloss version of the red. I'll say I've got XF7. I think it's called XF7. Some of their colours don't actually match up between matte and gloss, but yeah, it's the same colour, but it's got gloss medium in it instead of a matte medium.
Right.
And to me, is really good. I'm really shocked. I haven't used many. To me, is quite a new paint for me, and it looks wishy-washy in the pot, but it's actually goes on really well. But we found that with Vallejo metal color, it's got the consistency of water, and we even thinned it down to 50% water, 50% thinner, 50% wishy-washy paint, and it still had a solid coverage. Right, that was a concern because right, guys, so have a look. I went ever slightly gung-ho. It's hard to see, but that's what happens if you go a bit gung-ho. Can you see that little crack there?
Oh, yeah.
Just there. I just went a little bit, and that's what happens. It's all right. I got away with that. And again, if I don't point it out to anyone, you'll never know. It took you a second to find it, didn't it?
Yeah.
Right. So I've got... This is strange. Right. You've got... I can understand where the other one of these rain shields is going to go, because they're going to go on the other side.
Yes.
But we've got 4 lower rain shields. We've only used 1, which means there will be 1 on the other side.
There's 2 on the other side and another one on the framework that you've not fitted on yet.
Oh, the back.
Yeah.
Right, and these rain shields only go over the windows that open.
Yes. So, yeah. So, I've got a question.
I didn't do it. Is that the
X7? Do I need the paint, the red paint for the screws? I'm guessing I'm not going to need to thin it down or water it down or anything. Does it just go on as it comes out the pot?
Right. So, people, if you're brush painting, people say use it straight out of the pot. I'm so used to putting a drop of paint on a palette and then thinning it. Dave, do you want to come on and join us? I can see you doing hand signals. Hi, Dave.
I got it anyway. Oh, you're muted.
Hello. Yeah, I'm so dollop of paint onto a palette and then thinning it that it's a hard habit for me to break.
Right.
What I would suggest you do is get yourself something that you can paint onto and just have a little go.
Right. What I would suggest with the Tamiya X7 is open it, Horlicks, and get something like a coffee stirrer, one of the wooden coffee stirrers. And yeah, that's exactly it. And stir it.
I saved it from McDonald's the other day.
Yeah.
Especially for it.
Get it right down to the bottom of the tub, stir it for at least a minute, if not 2 minutes. Stir it well. Keep turning the tub as you stir it, and make sure it's stirred well, and use it straight from the pot. Straight from the pot. Little dab on a tiny brush, and dab it. You'll soon get used to it on your screws, on your screw heads. You'll soon get used to knowing how much you need on your brush. You actually need only a tiny bit. Now, what I would suggest is that you use only a tiny bit and you give all your screws a going over that you need to do, and then you go back over it again to give it a second coat. And with the X7, you won't need, that is gloss, is the X7, yes. Penny, you was right. The XF7 will be F for flat, which means it's a matte fin.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all you do.
I'm not gonna go out and buy a part of X7 when I already own X7 and I own gloss varnish.
Yeah,
I'm Norfolk, and we're too much of a skinflint to do stuff.
Well, we are in Yorkshire, but we buy Tamiya X7 when it's on offer.
Yes. Yeah. Obviously, if they had X7 and XF7 on a half price sale, or buy one get one free.
Yeah.
Get
yeah, that's it. Yeah. So yes, I've been watching the build quite intensely, and you've been doing a good job there, Penny. And Horlicks has been doing a good job of explaining.
Yeah, except for the very last screw of the night, I just got a little bit complacent, a little bit gung ho, took the eye off the ball a little bit, and crack. That's all.
Yeah, it happens. It happens to the best of us. It really does. So yeah, and
mine didn't go on smoothly. Actually, I mean, mine hasn't cracked, but I think 2 or 3 of the screws holding them on are just spinning freely in the holes.
Yeah, I've got that one spinning on the front freely, but it's still held on with another 8 screws, and the screws around the corner are in, and the ones next to that are in. It's the next one along. So as long as those corners are all right, they're not completely flush with the roof, but
yeah,
it'll be fine.
I think your chat's going mad again, Horlicks.
Good, right. So Peter Whitlock, double thumbs up. P40F20 says, nice bit of building, Penny.
Thank you.
Yep.
David Bassett says,
because he will soon tell me if I do something wrong. So when I've done a good job, that does mean a lot to me.
Yeah.
David Bassett says, good night, Geordie Dave. Chris Davies Wells says, Peter Whitlock, how's you? John's Model Making says, good night, Penny, Horlicks, Mark, and Adrian, and everyone else. Good night, John.
Take care.
Chris Davies Wells says, I'm
for my shoes, too sexy for sexy.
Peter Whitlock says, I'm fine, thanks, Chris. How are you? Chris Davies, well, I've enjoyed tonight.
Good. It's nice to see you watching builds, Chris.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you watch them or not, but we don't often see you in the comments.
Yeah.
Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Harvey's Vintage Audio says, good night, John. Chris Davies, well, night, John. Harvey's Vintage Audio, love the screwdriver. Where did you get that from?
Right, it's called Double Drive. I got it from Amazon. It's quite hard to find, actually. But put in Double Drive as all one word. Precision. They do 4 kinds of screwdriver. They do a normal screwdriver, a stubby, a precision, and there's another one that I can't remember, but obviously because I wasn't interested in it. And I got the precision one. So far, I like it. I haven't given it. I want to try it out on the Terminator because they're as I said at the beginning, if you hold that collar, you then get the screwdriver moves regardless of which way so you just sit there going screw.
Yeah.
And that's a good heavy duty one. It works normally. And then if you use that collar, I've now tried it once or twice. You can't get an awful lot of strength on that collar. So that is extremely useful for very, very delicate screws.
Yeah.
Where you mustn't put them in too tight. You can't. In fact, if you do it with that, you can't even get them in enough. So this is really a put the screwdriver in enough to bite method.
Mm-hmm.
It's the normal. So you'll probably see my Aurea because there'll be times. I mean, sometimes the original part 1 screwdriver makes an appearance, because sometimes that's the best screw for the job. So
then we've got Pat and Bailey. Hi from Andrew Jones.
hi, Andrew.
Hello.
We've got Chris Davies World. Hi, Andrew Jones. Chris Davies World. Penny, can we sing Steamy Windows?
Steamy window. I can't remember how it goes. All I know Tina Turner, isn't it?
Tina Turner.
Yeah.
Mark's Mods. I've just bought 2 of the Logitech cameras you and Horlicks use, so I can have 60 frames per second. They'll be coming soon for 2021.
Oh, nice one.
What the
Actually, can make a difference, because you need the software to go with it, don't you?
Do you mean these ones, Mark? These stream cams, or the C920s?
I think he already uses a C920, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think it does. Yeah.
Yeah, they are good, but yeah, you have to use the software, and then you use Logitech Capture on this.
Yeah.
And you get a good picture.
Yeah.
So Andrew Jones, hi Dave. Pam also. Hi Dave. Pam also got a windmill.
Oh, very nice.
One. So have you started a trend there then, Dave? Everyone's going out and getting windmills.
Might have done, yeah.
I just want to get a windmill so that I can say I saw a mouse where there on the stair.
I'll tell you what.
Right there.
Next time I go to Hastings, I'll get you a windmill from one of the gift shops.
There you go, Penny.
David Bassett says, hi Dave, hats off to your 3 Routemasters. They're absolutely magnificent. Love your project with that museum windmill model.
Thank you, David. Yeah, I might get time to have a look at it after Christmas. Yeah, all being well, they'll all be finished off in the new year with the Routemasters, and then I'll be on to the next project, a next magnificent project. Yes.
Yes. And unfortunately, I couldn't actually watch your Sunday stream live. I was not available. I couldn't watch it, but
yeah.
I watched it later on that evening. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. It was like, yeah, I'd never have guessed that.
I'm going to slightly adapt 2 motorbike sayings. First one is, what's better than a Routemaster?
Go on.
2 Routemasters.
2 Routemasters.
Yeah.
2 Routemasters.
3.
3. And the other one is, there is a scientific formula to work out how many Routemasters is too many. Right. What you do is you take of Routemasters that you own, you then add 1, and that's how many is too many.
Okay.
Well, I've got lots of all in different sizes, haven't I?
Oh, but how many Routemasters do you own, regardless of the scale?
How many Routemasters are I don't know. I haven't counted them.
Well, let's say
there was 15 on the stream.
So 16 is too many. Sorry, 16 is enough. Sorry, it's not too many. It's how many is enough.
Yeah.
16 is classed as enough.
Yeah.
As soon as you buy another Routemaster,
yeah,
now you own 16. So with the formula, how many you own? 1. So now 17 is enough. And then when you buy,
yeah, this is just
however many you buy, you can still get another one.
No, no, I think we've got enough actually.
Okay, so Andrew says, oh, right, so the windmill has a motor to drive the sails. Your show on Sunday was very good and interesting. We have a windmill here in Polegate. Yeah, I've seen that one. There is also a windmill in Blatchington, windmill near Hove. Both these work.
Lovely. Lovely show.
We've got Harvey's Vintage Audio. What is the make of the screwdriver? I love it. So yeah, we did that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Mark Mods.
copy of another one. You'll get another brand come up if you look for Double Drive on. If you look it up on YouTube, not now, not stay with us. Don't look it up now. But if you look it up on YouTube, you put in Double Drive screwdriver, and it will actually come up with another brand that looks the same. So I wonder if it's actually a copy. Hence, it was only 20 quid.
Mark's Mod says hi. Oh, hi Dave. Hi Dave. What a surprise to see you.
Hello, and what a surprise it is to see you. What a surprise it was to see you all today as well.
We had him behind the curtain today. I was dropping big hints earlier on for you to come in. I was going, I wouldn't be surprised if Dave just drops in now and has a go at me.
Well, I did today, didn't I? Because halfway through my son's wedding.
Yeah, we had a bit of a cock up. Well, not a cock up, but Mark had accidentally done a group call and then said, an accent, which actually I'd seen on my mobile phone. But when I came back on my phone, on my PC, it looked like he'd made a call to me. So I thought, he called me and I've missed it. Polite thing to do is ring him back. And I didn't even realize it was the group call that he'd made earlier. So, of course, I made a group call in response. And the next thing, everyone's just popping up. And I'm like, I'm calling Mark. Where did you all come from? And, there was a very dapper-looking Dave Say.
Yeah.
Sharp, as Mark's Mod said a bit later on.
In a whistling float, yeah. You don't often see me in a whistling float, do you?
Oh, no.
Okay, so then we've got Chris Davies. Dave Say, Monday when I'm live, I'm going to thank you as well for your help with sorting my Lego ABS
logo.
Oh yeah. Also will with Mark, as he gave me the idea for the globe with the glasses, which I found in Google.
Yeah, no problem, Chris.
That's one of those kind of logos that's right on the border between awesome logo and taking the mickey, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's just on the right side of the line. And it's really well done.
Yeah. No, it was a pleasure, Chris. It took me a few minutes to do, but no, it was a pleasure.
Okay. Then we've got Andrew Joe. Andrew, in Cobham, Surrey, where I used to live, has a corn mill which worked by water from the River Mole. This mill seems demonstration flour.
Yeah, there is quite a few in England actually that do demonstrate grounding corn. Few watermills. There's not very many of them around, but yeah, my ancestors were millers of both windmills and watermills. So yeah, all in Yorkshire, of course.
Brilliant. Oh, sorry, my computer's being a bit funny. Chris Davies World. I'm going to try and see more.
Good.
Thing is, even if you're watching other people's channels to pick up ideas for yourself,
Yeah, he says he slid off track a bit.
Yeah. You need to come and join us again then.
Yeah.
Harvey's Vintage Audio. Great, thanks. Chris Davies well, but has anyone seen my video where I was walking home from Tesco?
I did spot it, but I didn't have a chance to watch it.
David Bassett
me too. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
No. David Bass says there are windmills in Lacey Green and Horridge in Bucks, and a post windmill in the middle of a field in nearby Pitstone.
It's funny, I was just reading that.
Yeah,
comment.
we have a post.
Sorry, go on.
Go on.
No, I said I recognised the name Lacey Green. I'm like, where have I heard that word? And then I noticed it was David Bassett, and I'm like, oh yeah, of course I used to drive a bus past there every day when I worked at Aylesbury. Yeah. I don't know what Horlicks is, but I know Lacy Green.
Yeah.
Mark's Mod says yes. Stream cams, cool.
Yeah, jolly good.
So you'll be able to do your little transition effects as well, like I do.
Oh yeah.
Andrew, sorry, says she had a while as well, at least 3 Doll's House.
Yeah.
Okay. Chris Davies well says they say I wonder if your windmill is for new energy to get electricity.
No, it'll be driven by a little electric motor eventually.
So the renewable energy is being driven by non-renewable energy.
Yeah.
Unless you stick a solar panel on your roof.
Andrew says Dave. I'm not sure what that is. Seller 3mm Routemaster. 3 SMR. Seller 3mm Routemaster, which is 1/100th scale.
Yeah, I've got a 148 scale, so yeah, I'm not sure that I need another one really, as Penny says.
Like, the ideal number of Routemasters is one more than you currently own.
Mark's Mod says we saw a very sharp-looking Dave say earlier.
Yeah, you did. Yeah. Not very often that you see me in a suit, but actually, yeah, as Penny was explaining, I went onto the stream chat, thinking something's wrong, and why are they trying to ring me? And my son had actually just started his speech, and so it was actually a bit embarrassing.
Oh my god! Sorry, Dave. I didn't.
So no, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. I thought I'd actually silence my phone. I've actually got a new phone, and I actually thought I'd silence my phone, and I don't know how to work it quite yet. So anyway, all was well, because I had actually turned the volume down, so it wasn't bad.
Okay. Oh, right, yeah. Harvey's Vintage Audio. How much was the screwdriver you're using?
It was about, I could give you an exact price, but it's around about £20-25 mark. But most of that cost is Amazon do this strange thing where they will charge you an import fee at checkout. And then if there's no import fee, you then get that money back. So it's less than 20 quid, but it will cost you more than 20 quid on the day, if that makes any sense whatsoever.
Okay. Andrew says 3 mils between N gauge and 00 gauge. It was started by Triang. Mark Smod says it was nice to see Dave without a Routemaster. Mark Smod says, you know me a graphics. I do have some good ideas from time to time.
Yeah, once or twice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just enough to keep us interested in you.
Yeah.
Chris Dave as well says, really appreciate both as I love it and represents my channel as Glasses Show, and me and the Globe represents my channel as what my name means, Chris Davies World.
Yeah, no problem.
The Happy Little Fox, also known as Benji, still here.
Glad you're still here. So am I.
Hey,
Harvey's Vintage Audio. See you all later. Must get an early night for a change. My Harvey De Niro channel is in mothballs at the moment due to major troll activity.
Oh dear.
I don't know why people do that.
No, it's not.
Love her night all. Yeah, good night.
Yeah, look after yourself, Harvey.
Night, Harvey.
I did make the connection between Harvey's Vintage Audio and Real to Real Heaven and Harvey De Niro, but Harvey De Niro, I still owe a lot of thanks to, because when it's been that long, I can't remember what we used to use, but Google Hangouts suddenly it stopped doing integrating, and Harvey was showing me StreamYard.
Yeah,
that's why we now use StreamYard.
Yeah.
I passed that on to other people, and everyone I know is using StreamYard. In fact, some people are now paid customers of StreamYard, and yet StreamYard doesn't give me a kickback.
No.
Which is totally wrong of them.
David Bassett says Horwich is North Chesham, up in the Chiltern Hills. There's a pub called the Full Moon right next to that windmill. Was an old LT bus route.
Wow.
Right.
Harvey's audio, vintage audio. Okay, cool. And then night, guys.
So good night.
Alan Thomas says night all. Thanks for a great show. Off to bed.
No worries, anytime. Well,
and then Harvey's vintage audio. Thanks, Penny.
No worries.
And that is all the comments.
Yeah.
So that is, it was a really good show. How do you feel? You got a lot more done on the bus. You got your first panel on as well.
Yeah.
Really like that top panel. It's even though without the outer framework, you've got the shape of the bus. It's now refined, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's got that lovely curves. It's boxy by today's cars and things, but revolutionary at that time.
Yeah.
And it's just, I love it.
I mean, I don't know if you can remember all them months and months back when I was raving on about the panels. I want to know what the panels are like, and I want to get the panels on.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw them panels, I thought, oh, this is what we need. This is fabulous. This is brilliant. And it's not the fact that they are panels; it's the fact what they've done with them. They've punched them out into the proper shapes. They are brilliant. And to look at it, you can caress the lines of the bus and everything. It's superb.
Yeah.
It's got corners. It's got domes. Feeling
that top panel, I'm like, I appreciate the curves on it. And
I mean,
the more you care about it, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, you think of the back end of a bus. I don't know why a lot of people say, well, with her because she looks like the back end of a bus. Well,
why is that regarded as ugly?
Well, why is it ugly? If you look at the back end of that bus, it's got lovely curves. It's vintage.
Think of is where the wheels kick up a lot of muck from the. If you look, it's always the back end that gets filthier.
I was going to say it could be more of the modern buses, and especially with they're diesel, or most of them are diesel or were, and you can just see black soot all over the back of it.
You can.
That rain, you get that mucky rain.
Yeah.
You know it from cars. You get the back windscreen, and that is all caked.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
Back gets dirtier than the sides and the front.
Yeah, but I mean, if you even look at a modern car now, it's got shape to it and everything, hasn't it? A modern car, they've all got nice shapes to them. Pretty much the same shape, but that's still quite a nice shape, really, for a modern car.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, well, a little bit more chat. We've got Chris Davies World, Night Harvey. We've got the Happy Little Fox, also known as Benji. Night all, glad everyone is keeping safe.
Yeah.
Harvey's Vintage Audio, Night Chris, Benji, and all. The Happy Little Fox, bye all, Foxy out. Foxy out, I like that. Yeah, thank you for stopping by. We've got Harvey's Vintage Audio, Night Benji, mate. Chris Davies World, Night Little Happy Fox, and P40 F20, all watching. Hit the thumbs up button.
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay, so I think we've got some more. David Bassett, I think the Routemasters is such an iconic bus. Modern day buses are more boxes in comparison and won't last a third of the time that the Routemasters.
How true.
I mean, I'm driving 3-4-year-old buses, and they're almost ready for the scrap heap.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know if it's because the drivers don't care. You know, if you're driving something like this,
Yeah.
care more about it, aren't you?
Yeah.
And I don't know. Maybe it's the era, you know, maybe back in the 60s.
Yeah. Could be.
You know, sometimes I mean, I've been on days where I just don't feel I love the job. If you don't feel if you're being treated by management badly, you don't love the job, and therefore you never do your job well.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I don't know. So it could be this is politics now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And you know, politics.
Right. So Peter Whitlock says good night, all.
Good night.
Says I want Dave's Christmas tree.
Ask him nicely after Christmas. You might be able to have it.
Excuse me, love minis. What's wrong with my Christmas tree?
Yeah, there's my Christmas tree. One of them. We have two of them. So we have a third one actually, but it's in the loft.
See, I've got a perfect landlady now, or where I'm going to. She don't do Christmas. That'll do me.
Yeah.
I will. No, I don't get excited about Christmas until like really close to the time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll explode in a little bubble of happy, excitedly happiness.
So we've got Andrew saying trying started 3 mil is 50s as TT and made them until the end of the 60s, which we call Hornby today. Is trying real Hornby is Hornby. Was that Dublo, which was made by Meccano when that went bust.
Yeah, that's true.
Then we've got Harvey's vintage audio Routemaster, best bus ever.
Yeah.
And plus easier to service.
I think that was what made it great as well, wasn't it? Everything just dropped off and you had another thing to bolt onto it.
That's right.
Out of this 8 hours in the workshop, it's like bolt it off, bolt it on.
Yeah, job done.
So because you know, anyone who uses a vehicle for their income knows that when those wheels aren't turning, you're not earning.
Exactly.
Then Andrew says trying bought them, then become trying Hornby after a number of years, dropped the trying, became just Hornby.
Yeah, that's right.
Chris Davies World, Oh Christmas Tree.
Dave's turn to sing.
So Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree.
See,
Da 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 da. It's a long day.
Love Minnie says I like blue lights. Okay, I'll try and do better next year then. Happy little folks. Okay, Benji. Nobody likes blue lights.
Well, I keep having these problems. I think blue Christmas lights should be banned because every time I see lights, I think it's the police, and I have to chuck my cigarette out the window. I have to put my mobile phone down, stop doing my makeup in the mirror. It's terrible. The bag of weed has to go out the window. It's terrible. It's enough, man, because someone's got blue Christmas lights.
Okay. David Bassett says back in the late 60s and just into NBC era, the tiling group Red Cream livery appeared on both Thames Valley and Wilson, Dorset, Bristol, K's and FLFs.
Yeah, the Tilling green and red and cream. Yeah, pretty boring. Because then it went to National Bus Company colours, and they changed the colour yet again, and they made it even boring still, didn't they? So yeah, the sort of knocked off the Tilling green, and they just made it like you're going to have green on your buses, or you're going to have red on your buses, or the poppy red, and I think it was a shade of Tilling green, but it wasn't as good as the old green, was it, David?
Sorry, I've just noticed something. Let's change background.
The wrong background for the whole stream.
It was I've just noticed it was diamond painting.
Yeah.
I have to have a quick rewind on the. Oh yeah,
Yeah, it was.
Diamond in the background all this time.
David Bassett says, driving behind them, the beautiful clean ones were Wilson Dorset, the dirty ones were Thames Valley.
Yeah.
Chris Davies well says, big wheels keep on turning.
Yeah. Tina Turner one, was it?
Yeah. Laugh out loud. And then Andrew says, there is a German mag called Blue Lights, which is about police fire and ambulance vehicles.
You know, when I saw that comment, I got as far as Blue Lights and thought, do I really want to read this comment any further?
Yeah, yeah.
Blue Light. Right, guys, I really apologise. I'm going to have to go straight into the YouTube schedule because I really have to get away. I have to finish this stream by 11.
Yeah.
A very, very good friend of mine he finishes work at 11:30. I'm borrowing his car for 2 days, and the very least I can do is get to his on time.
Yes, of course.
So it's the 16th today, isn't it?
Yes,
it is.
So tomorrow is the 13th, and Routemaster 1161 by 117 performed by a fairly good friend of mine, Horlicks.
Yes.
Horlicks.
Yeah, I was debating whether to film it, but I will go live tomorrow.
Okay.
See how it goes.
Interrogation time now. Why have you cancelled Friday?
I think there's too much. I think 3 nights on the trot might be a bit much.
Yeah. So you're
and also,
just someone else to fill in?
Yeah, if they want. Or and this week I've got plans as well anyway. So yeah, it's just this week.
Friday is to be confirmed by somebody, or is that not going to happen? Let's see what happens, shall we?
Yeah, it's just this week. I've done a lot of extra hours at work, and there was a bit, some stuff that happened last week, and I don't know. We'll just see how it goes.
I'm really excited. Really, really, really excited. Saturday, we have a brand new launch.
Wow.
By Horlicks.
Wow.
Spitfire issues 1 and 2.
Wow.
Actually looking forward to about 4 or 5 weeks' time because we have our favourite issue, don't we? But to get to issue 11, we need to do 1 and 2. Now, why am I excited? I hear you ask.
I don't know, Penny. Why are you excited?
Excited because Friday I'm on an early. So I finish about 2 o'clock. And then Sunday, I'm back to being on lates. It means that I'm finished before Saturday night and I don't have to go to bed early to get. In other words, I can watch the whole show live.
Brilliant.
Or you could join the show if you wanted to.
Yeah.
To be confirmed. But yes, let me just double check. Yeah, so Saturday. Oh, I lost my phone. Where's my phone? I put things down and then they walk away. It's not me misplacing them. They do actually grow legs and walk away. I don't know. Here it is, over here. So, yeah, Saturday. Just to confirm, I'm on a 5 o'clock start on Saturday. Sunday, I'm on a 3:45 in the afternoon start. So I'm allowed to stay up late on school night.
Cool.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, anyway, you're more than welcome to join. See how you feel on the day. And
I'll check. And then the very next day, we will be zooming into the future where Adrian will be doing Spitfire issue 39 and 40.
Wow.
You could watch all of our channels. You would go, oh, there's a lovely issue 1 and 2. And then the very next day you go, where's all that just come from?
Yeah. I think, I might do more. I'm going to see how it goes. But, I might treat it a bit like the Terminator to start with. See how big the issues are. Get caught up.
Can I offer my advice? 2 issues a week is enough.
Yeah.
There will be times when you want to do more. But I've been filming. Well, obviously, I'm filming 4 issues every 4 weeks. But where I'm behind, I'm releasing 2 a week, except for this month. And I think that's enough. I mean, I'd love to push all the issues out, but trickle it out. Do two or three issues a week until you're caught up. That's how I'd see it.
Mm-hmm.
My personal opinion.
Yeah.
Chris Davis World, you're going to have to confirm this for me because I'm slightly confused. Monday, Chris Davies World, Stage 4 and 5, Issue 3 of the Ecto 1. Isn't that Stage 4 and 5 is Pack 2? Because Pack 1 is 1 and 2. Pack 2 is 3, 4, 5, and 6. It's slightly confusing the way they've done it. But stages 4 and 5, and it's nice to watch that Ecto again. Obviously, I'm up to issue 30 and a bit, and obviously I've got my Ecto but it's nice to see it from a little leg point of view again and grow from there. And that takes me to Monday. That takes us to Tuesday when we've got the T1 VW camper van stage 63 to 69. I need to slow down sometimes.
Yeah.
And that takes us to Wednesday, which is Yorkshire Crafter and myself. I am back. I wanted to come back for 2 and go, do you know what? Sod pack and get, it took me 5 minutes to be missing Wednesday afternoons.
Yeah.
That's my little thing. I look forward to it all week and my evening show. And then I haven't got another one for a week. And I really look forward to that. And yeah, so I'm rearing to go next week. And then that takes us up to next Wednesday evening, which is ta-da.
Ta-da.
So I hope we've given you a satisfactory show. Slightly rushed, slightly all over the place, obviously, with my situation. And then obviously I hate post-production. I'll be the first one to tell you that. And here I am in post-production. Start due to the fact that it's something I've learned today. Kebabs take longer to cook when there's an accident in the vicinity.
Yeah.
So that's it then. So has anyone got anything else to add?
No, I don't think so, Penny. I need to wish you all the best on your move.
Thank you. Looking like it's going to be ace. I'm having a few little issues, but you name me one person who's moved house and it's gone without a hitch.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? It's one of the most stressful things you can do in this modern age, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's not the problems, it's dealing with the problems. And every problem I've had, it's been either someone else helping me, throwing help at me, or I've just got right. I would sit around, like the taxi cancelled this morning to pick my mattress up.
Yeah.
Like, okay, fine, right. So instead of starting to pack at 12, I'm going to start packing it. So I lost an hour in that one, but
yeah,
it's all gone well. Right, okay. So I'm going to say goodbye, and then shall we do last eight first in?
Yeah.
Right. So it's goodbye from Dave's Hobbies then.
Well, goodbye from me. Thanks for inviting me on tonight. I'm sorry I haven't been in the whole of the stream, but yes, I have been at my son's wedding today. And it was a rush getting back. And but yeah, I've had a lovely, lovely day. I've gained a daughter-in-law, and she is beautiful. So yeah, I've had a lovely day. Thanks for joining Penny and Horlicks tonight, and give Penny a nice good thumbs up. And no doubt Penny will see you before next Wednesday or on next Wednesday. So good night from me.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. And Horlicks.
Okay, again, thank you everyone for watching. It's been a great show. Give Penny a nice big thumbs up, and I will see you tomorrow Evening.
Well done. So we can get on with your drawers now, can't you, Horlicks?
Oh,
Already on it.
Custom made drawer.
yeah.
Guys, so thank you very much for watching. Next week, I'm going to have a completely different background, which is quite exciting. It's going to be a little bit smaller, but it's all going well. So, yeah, I'll see you next Wednesday. And if you can't be good, be careful.